As promised, we will now continue our discussion on the midline and how to improve it. All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about bracing here. Step one of bracing is to squeeze the butt. So when we squeeze the butt, the pelvis becomes repositioned underneath of our spine so that we can better utilize our midline and our glutes. But if you just squeeze your butt, your upper back can be leaned over your backside. You can be overextended in an extension position. We want to be in a neutral position. So step two is to pull the rib cage down. So if you squeeze your butt and pull down your rib cage, that's going to bring your body into a tighter position. But here you're kind of internally rotated and your shoulders are brought in. So your pelvis is repositioned, it's under you, but you need to still tighten your abdomen. Whoops. So we do this in order. Squeeze the butt, pull the rib cage down. And if we freeze right here, we can see that yes, my butt is flexed, my rib cage is pulled down, but that draws my shoulders forward. I'm in this internally rotated position and it would be very hard to bear weight. So next we must tighten our abdomen. All right, so number 3 is to tighten the abdomen. This essentially creates a human weight belt around us. So our butt is tight, our rib cage is pulled down, but now when you tighten your abdomen, it's going to bring you up a little bit. It's going to bring everything more into a neutral position, no longer flexed. Instead, you come up out of that flexion and just become neutral because everything is wrapped tight like a tire around your midsection. Quick note on tightening the abdomen, it's almost like you're bracing against yourself. Like you're taking your abdominal cavity and pressing it away from you from the inside. You can tighten your abs and squeeze tight, but that's going to bring you closer in together. And we want to brace out, not filling up our abdominal cavity with air, but bracing out so everything is tight and compact. So you can see here, as I tighten my abdomen, it brings me up and it opens me up so I'm no longer flexed in half. After this, we then will tighten our shoulders. So what I mean by this is to squeeze your scaps together, just like in a scap shrug. You want to squeeze your shoulders back so that they're in line with your lower back and the rest of your midline, and keep your head neutral. We don't want any kinks in the spine. Kinks in the spine will lead to improper movement patterns and functions. We want to make sure that everything is completely neutral, no overextension and no flexion of our spine. That includes your head and neck. Shoulders back. Neutral. Guys, I'm going to have Coach Isaac here demonstrate the bracing sequence.
So, say hi to Isaac. Hi, Isaac.
Step 1, he's going to squeeze his butt. So as I mentioned before, see how he's kind of overextended towards his butt. So step 2, that's okay, you can keep that with your, just squeeze your butt and have yourself, yeah. So that's step 1, but without bracing your ribs, bringing your ribs down. That's step 2, all right? Step 3 is going to be squeezing his abdomen tight, which is going to bring him up a little bit. But still, you can see his shoulders are kind of internally rotated. So step 4 is to squeeze your scaps together. And then his spine is neutral, looking straight ahead. Here, he's braced, he's strong, and he's ready to do any movement we throw his way. All right, everyone, stay tuned for episode 5.3. We will go over different progressions to build your midline and work on your overall stability.